This video is brought to you by AKS IAS.
Congratulations, Rammohan sir. Firstly, we would like to congratulate on behalf of Team AKS IAS Academy on your achievement. Last year, you made it to the Indian Railway Account Services, and this year you could certainly make it to the All India Services. So we are overjoyed to be a part of your celebration and wish you all the best in your future endeavors. We are humbled to have you on board for the session where we hope your preparation tips and strategy will help and motivate those aspirants who are giving the exam this year. So firstly, I would like to ask you if you could share a brief description about your background.
My name is Dr. Rammohan. I had done MBBS from SMS Medical College, Jaipur in Rajasthan. Right now, I am working in Indian Railway Account Services, 2019 batch. In current year, I got All India rank 328. So I'm hoping that I will be getting IAS this year. So this is brief about me.
Okay, sir. So usually a lot of students have this apprehension, like they come from diversified backgrounds, like it be MBBS, engineering, or other various fields of activity. So they have this apprehension, can we make it to the civil services? What is your take on this?
My take on this is that from any background, people can make into the services. Because the nature of exam is of general. You have to know things of various backgrounds, almost every background. You have to read polity, geography, history, ethics, everything. So economy, science and tech, environment, most of the aspects. So people from any background can make to this exam. It is on them if they are willing to put some hard work and dedicated efforts, they will be able to make.
Right, sir, rightly said. So what are the challenges that you had faced during your preparation and how did you overcome those?
During preparation, actually I was working as medical officer in Rajasthan. So the biggest challenge was to find time, because when you are working as in a government sector, in a government hospital, you really struggle hard to find time for study. Second, in rural areas, we face a challenge in receiving newspaper, because the Hindu newspaper is delivered in next day. Actually, it is hard to read because we already know what happened, what was the follow of that news. So these are two foremost challenges which I faced during my preparation. Third, during preparation, the prelims part is very tricky. You have to understand the concept, how to clear prelims well, and choosing optional is also an important decision in civil services preparation. If you had taken these two things in consideration, scoring marks in general studies can be little easier than other parts.
Rightly said, sir. So coming to the optional, can you tell us what was your optional subject and what was your reason in choosing this optional?
My optional subject was anthropology. And because of being medical background, and anthropology is a very interesting subject. You find once you start reading it, you find that there is too much diversity in the world. And anthropology deals with various aspects of man, being its biology, evolution, primatology. So and anthropological thought is really interesting. If you once go into the depth of anthropological thought, it will give you different perspectives. So I chose anthropology because of being first interest in it, having concise syllabus, and
okay. Can you share your strategy regarding anthropology preparation, sir?
For anthropology preparation, the most important part is to complete syllabus, because there are many areas in anthropology, such as anthropological thoughts, on which ready-made material is available, but it is not easy to understand, and it is very hard to put it again into the answers. So you have to first you have to complete syllabus, all the aspects of syllabus of anthropology. Then getting a good score in anthropology is still a challenge. So you have to add names of thinker wherever, make flowcharts, diagrams wherever it is possible, because you have to add some value into your answers. When you add value to your answers, you will get better marks in anthropology. So my strategy was simple. One, first to complete all the syllabus. Second, to add value by adding diagrams, flowcharts, and anthropological thoughts and thinkers wherever possible.
Okay, sir. So a lot of students have this queries, how to prepare for current affairs and what are the right strategy to prepare for current affairs? How do we remember or recollect current affairs? How did you deal with this?
Dealing with current affairs was challenging in previous years, but during last 2 to 3 years, it become easiest because due to availability of various channels on YouTube, which covers current affair on regular basis, on day-to-day basis. And there are few channels which will, if you follow them religiously, they will help you. If to name few channels, one is AKS IAS, it is very good and they explain the concept in very effective manner.
Okay, sir. And can you tell us about answer writing strategy, how to write better answers?
For answer writing, the critical part is you have to know what is a good answer. First, you have to know that what are the qualities of good answer. Then only you can write a good answer. So for every aspirant, first should be that what are the content of good answers. And in my understanding, the good answer is one which first address the demands of question. What is asked, it hit directly to the point. Second, it should be presentable and it should cover maximum dimensions possible. Now, if a question is having 3 parts, the answer should focus on all the 3 parts equally. If you learn this art that you have to introduce answer in crisp manner, cover every aspects of the answer, every part of the question, and then conclude it properly. Now, when you are covering questions, now you have to write briefly. You need not to go in detail and cover maximum dimensions. If you cover like 5 points in every 3 parts, you will be getting good marks.
Okay, sir. So you were preparing for the exam as well as working, right?
Yes.
How do you strike this work and preparation balance?
So work and preparation balance is very challenging part, but you have to focus. First, you need determination to do it. Now, wherever you find time, you have to study. The simple question is, during my preparation, I used to travel through car to my hospital. So during those travel times, I use that time such YouTube channels which helps which covers your current affairs and I have to daily go to hospital. So during my travel time, it was fixed routine that I will listen in morning or in the evening shift. And one slot on YouTube, I reserved it for during my return journey. So in that, I usually cover anthropology, one topic of anthropology daily. I used to listen it on car during my drive. So you whatever time available with you, when you try to find balance in work and life, use that time optimally because you have to put value on your time. You cannot waste your time by any means.
Okay, sir. Another question regarding the anthropology optional is, how did you link the current with the static in anthropology? And what are the sources for anthropology material, the standard sources?
Yes. For anthropology, I followed IGNOU material. And to add values and current affairs, we have to read in newspaper. And you have to identify those articles at those points which can be used in anthropology answers. There are many case studies which are published in during various news reports. So whenever we are writing any answer related to anthropology, we have to add those examples or those current events to just give it the current perspective and anthropological perspectives. Especially in tribal areas, there are various development programs and their reports and feedbacks in newspaper are reported. And for in archaeological anthropology, or there are we used to read new developments in 50 months or 2 months. So you have to follow them, and wherever questions comes, you have to write those new developments.
Okay, sir. Can you shed some light on the essay preparation? What makes an effective essay?
Actually, my essay was not so good, so I will not emphasize on this part because I believe that I cannot add value because I have written essay, but I was not able to master it. So actually, in my previous attempt, I was not able to get good marks. So in essay part, I will not be able to guide.
Okay, okay. So regarding ethics, integrity, and aptitude, that is one of the crucial paper of general studies. So what was your strategy for ethics paper, and what is a better way to tackle this paper?
For ethics integrity, the best is you have to first read the whole syllabus, cover it thoroughly, and then when you write answers, write examples during to substantiate whatever arguments you make. Then example should be good. The example should not be like regular example should not be there. You have to apply and give example which fits the demands of the question. When you add a value to your question by adding examples, you can definitely get good marks in ethics. In second part of case studies, in ethics, the important part is that you have to attempt whole paper, because we are usually not able to divide the time equally between the theory questions and the case studies, and in this the quality of answers in case studies sometimes is decreased. So we have to emphasize on dividing equal parts, and during case studies try to cover maximum dimensions. And first, the most important is try to answer what is asked in the question. Sometimes we beat around the bush and do not hit the question directly. In ethics, in every paper, it is really important to hit directly the question. What is being asked, answer it first, and give your best point in first point only. Do not keep it for last point.
Rightly said, sir. So regarding the sources for ethics, what are the standard sources to prepare for ethics paper?
For ethics paper, actually, there is one book from Subbarao. I had read that book many times. It is very good book. And once you have to master it, in other areas you can also take materials from various coachings. But I had read that Subbarao book on ethics integrity, and
how do you collect, sir? The static part you had mentioned about the standard book, but where do you collect the examples and the anecdotes for the ethics paper?
The example should be from current mostly, because whatever happening in current, we read in newspaper. There are many examples for that honesty, every value in ethics which is being sought. We found daily examples on daily basis, examples on during COVID times. We had seen many examples which of exceptional bravery, exceptional hard work, and exceptional devotion to work. Yeah, you have to pick those case studies from newspaper and add them. Keep adding, make a list. At least for every topic in ethics, you should have at least one example from currents. And we read newspaper on daily basis, and we know when you read it, you know that this is a good work done by someone. So now when someone is doing good work, someone is showing exemplary qualities, note it is as an example. Whenever you are writing essay or writing ethics, use it.
Rightly said, sir. Sir, a lot of students have this question like how to make self notes whether it is for general studies or the other papers? How do you make self notes?
Making self note is extremely important. Now the point is, a person can make self note only when he is able to understand the topic. So for making self note, first you have to understand the topic. Now you have to simplify it. The more you are able to simplify it, it will be easier to make you notes. So take a topic, read it, simplify it, and write only points, only the conclusions that you drawn from it. If you try to write by looking at book, you will be able to create another book, or you will be able to add 2 or 3 pages, but it is not required at all, because in exam you will not get time to write that much. So you have to prepare note in 1 page only. So in that 1 page, just write the key points in your own handwriting, so that you can able to expand it, that you know it, that this word you just note the keywords. Interestingly, take a heading, divide it in parts, and write the keywords of in the part. That's it. You will have your own notes.
Right, sir. So can you tell us something about interview preparation? How did you prepare for the interview?
And actually during interview I was in academy, so we all the friends that they were giving an interview, we prepared in the group, and I had given mock interviews in Hyderabad. So in every Sunday, whenever we were be allowed to leave headquarters or leave the institute, I was giving mock interviews. So 2 things you need to do is that prepare current affairs thoroughly, make understanding of the issues in current affairs, because they in interview they ask for depth, they look for depth of knowledge, because uh, you should know whatever happening in current, and knowledge should not be superficial. When your knowledge is superficial and the marks are not are less, you will be awarded less marks. So first prepare current affairs issues thoroughly. Second, give mocks. Mocks actually help you to find lacunas in your preparation, that where the point, that where are you lacking. Are you lacking in current affairs? Are you lacking in your home state or deaf or other areas? Especially mocks give you confidence, and you make you familiar with the surroundings and the interview process. So a person should do 3 things for interview preparation. First, prepare current affairs thoroughly. Second, discuss current affairs, discuss all the issues in their depth, because by discussing you get more clarity, so your answers quality increase. And third, give mock tests.
Okay. Sir, as you know, this UPSC preparation is a long process. So a lot of students find difficulty in keeping the motivation levels consistently. So how would you motivate or remotivate yourself, and how would you maintain the consistency in your preparation?
Maintaining consistency is a very tough thing, and it is challenging, and we all study in phases. Sometimes we are studying very good, then there comes a low phase. So the main challenge is, and the main idea is to come out of the low phase as early as possible, because it is normal to go into low, but the problem starts when you are not able to recover from low. So you try to come as early as possible out of low. So for this, keep daily targets or monthly, weekly targets, so you have to achieve those targets, and at least enroll yourself in some coaching or some test series which will help you, because there should be some uh, discipline in preparation. The best way to keep yourself motivated is to anchor your preparation to some plans, especially current affairs, test series plan. So, and try to stick to that plan. Do not change your plan, or do not deliberately, or do not waste it, and do not shift your focus that and skip. So actually, when you do not skip, or you do not miss any test, and you attempt test on time, you will be definitely able to keep your motivation up, because whenever you are low, you will be approaching some test, so you automatically start studying.
Rightly said, sir.
In AKS IAS Academy, I had given a mock interview. Actually, that mock interview helped me. Actually, in Hyderabad, that was my first mock interview. So I was able to come out of the mains preparation zone and enter into the interview preparation. And actually, the questions that were asked mostly from anthropology and other areas, I was able to answer a few questions. A few questions I was not able to answer, but when I went back to home, it motivated me to work hard so that in real interview I will be able to work on. So the questions asked in a mock interview were of good quality, and actually mock interview session with in AKS helped me to have confidence, and especially studying my anthropology part. AKS IAS, I have seen its anthropology material. Anthropology material of AKS IAS is good.
Sir, on a closing note, can you share some suggestions or tips to the fellow aspirants on how to prepare, or what is the right mindset required to prepare for UPSC?
Well, if you are willing to prepare for UPSC, be mentally ready to work hard, and you have to compete. Now it is a competitive exam. You cannot select or get selected in it without working hard. Second, prelims is very challenging. You have to avoid first, if you have to clear prelims to write mains. Without clearing prelims, you cannot do anything. So to clear prelims, you should avoid silly mistakes, because you fail in prelims only when you you are wrongly marked the questions which are rightly marked by everyone else. So try to not to go wrong in easy questions, because these are those questions which are correctly marked by others. So first important thing is do not do silly mistakes. And second, when question seems to you to be very simple, then increase your focus and at least look on that question twice, because I had seen most of the times the questions which we marked in flow, that okay, this is correct answer. So third experience I will add that use maps, diagrams, especially in science and tech parts. If you look at the pictures of science and tech parts, you will find that you are able to address the demand of question. You are able to clear the prelims questions also, because in science and tech prelims the depth of question is very high. You have to prepare all dimensions, and I have seen that there was question in which all the details were asked. So if you are not aware of the all the details, you are not able to answer the question properly. So look at pictures, especially in science and tech and geography. It will help you a lot.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable insights, and we are sure that your strategy and your tips for the future aspirants will definitely help them clear this examination with flying colors. Thank you for your time, sir. And we wish you good luck in your future endeavors, and you reach great heights as a civil servant. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
This video is brought to you by AKS IAS.